Hi boys and girls, we are back for day 2 of our landscape projects. First, let's review. Does anyone remember what it means for a picture to be a landscape? Let's look at some examples and see if we can find out. That's right. For a project to be a landscape, the land needs to be the main focus of the picture. So the first project we made was a cityscape because it had a city and the city was the main focus. When we're making a landscape, the land has to be the main focus. Now, we also learned about a very important artist last week. He's my favorite artist and he painted one of the most famous paintings, Starry Night. Do you remember the artist's name? Vincent van Gogh. Can you say Vincent van Gogh? Awesome. Vincent van Gogh is one of my favorite artists and he is famous for his landscape pictures. Let's take a look at a few of Vincent van Gogh's landscapes. Alright, so last time we were here we made our sky and we used the other side of a pencil, the eraser end, to make lots of dots. When Van Gogh painted, he always used really thick brush strokes and it was nice because it kind of made it look like you could see movement in the picture. So with this one, by using these nice thick brush strokes, we almost see like movement, we see texture. It makes it look really cool. So we're going to do something a little different but also kind of the same. I'm going to be using a small paintbrush today and I'm going to be loading it up with paint a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the lighter colors. So I'm going to use yellow and white and I'm really going to get a lot of paint on my brush. You can see it piled up on there. And I'm just going to start putting short brush strokes. Today our focus is to use really short brush strokes. You can use the direction of your brush strokes to show different things like textures. So I'm going to use some different directions of brush strokes and I'm going to be using really thick paint. So every couple of brush strokes I'm going to dip again in my paint so I can put really thick paint on my paper. So I'm just going to go through and add some yellow and white first until I'm happy with the amount of yellow and white that I have. Okay, you might be able to tell towards the end I started making some curves. What do the curves look like to you? To me, they look like hills. I'm trying to make it look like there's some hills in the foreground and then we have some flat land and then remember this was our sky. So I've used lots of yellow and white so far. Now I'm going to start mixing in a little bit of green. So I'll just keep in mind the direction of brush strokes I already started with. I might make some more hills that are just green in the background right here. And then I'll start mixing in some green in with other parts of my project. You don't have to use green if you want. If you only use white and yellow, it might look like a field of wheat or corn. But I'm going to make mine look like land, maybe with some corn or wheat, but then just with some hills in the background. And I'm going to keep on putting super thick paint on this paper. Alright, so I'm happy with that. I got the nice look of these cool hills because I used nice thick paint. Notice the whole time I used really short brush strokes. I would put just a little brush stroke and then pick the paintbrush up. That is key. Today we are looking for really short brush strokes and just for a nice texture of land. We're working on the land part of our landscape. So you can make yours nice and smooth, like a nice grassy field, or you can make it hilly, or you can make it look like mountains. It's totally up to you, but just use these 3 colors and really short brush strokes to make some land on your project today. When you're finished, you can take this to the drying rack and then go ahead and wash your brush. After you've washed your brush and everybody else at your table is finished with the plate of paint, the brush washer can wash the plate of paint off and the table washer can wash the table. Then you guys can have some extra art time. Alright, I hope you had fun painting today. I cannot wait to see how your pictures turn out.